social? Yeah, and to be honest, that's it. And that's where brands often go completely wrong, is we use social media platforms such as Facebook to make statements at people, to force our products and interrupt people when they're trying to look at pictures of their ex-girlfriend just to make sure she's still unemployed, the witch for dumping. So the reality is, it is being social. So it's about using these platforms. In many ways, social media is about using tools and technologies that facilitate conversations online. So it is about being social. Let's see what the next slide is. I did these slides about a week ago, so I have no clue what's coming up. Kind of exciting. So yeah, definition: tools and technologies that facilitate social interaction online. So think about everything you do in the social media space. Think about whether what you're actually saying is of genuine interest to your target audience. I remember Steve Jobs years ago saying, we start with the customer and we work back towards the technology. And social media, in a nutshell, is about starting with our target audience or our customer, creating really valuable, useful information for them and working back towards our brand, not the other way around. So thinking about, is what we're saying of value to people? Social media is a great place to listen to customers, to find out what people really want, because they tell us. So again, Meet West, we'll be looking at the hashtag just to see what people are enjoying. We'll be listening in real time. So definitely a place to listen. But collaborate, what do I mean by that? It's a place to listen, engage, and even collaborate. The beautiful thing is if we can bring our customers, our target audience, into our conversations and actually get them, in many ways, to create some of the content for us, it's more compelling to the other readers, and to be honest, it makes them feel great. Do you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people in 1 week in Ireland, do you know how many people actually found out that their phones did video? And actually poured a bucket of ice over their heads. Do you know how many people did that in a week? Have a guess. 500,000. 1.1 million people in 1 week in Ireland. And the most beautiful power of that, it was user-generated content. It was content of my friend throwing a bucket of water over their head. That was more interesting than a brand advertising something or telling me about their cause. So the more we can get people involved in our social media activity, the more compelling it will be. I'm freaked out that you're going to go 2 minutes in a minute. I'm really freaked out now. The other thing I will say when it comes to social media, just to be aware of, guys, is there's a lot of busy fools out there. A hell of a lot of busy fools out there. And this guy is a guy called Seth Godin, and I love his definition. He's saying social media is either a time-wasting, wool-gathering, yak-shaving waste of effort, or perhaps, just maybe, it's a crack in the wall between you and the rest of the world. It's a choice. Up to you. And I think that's the point. I think very often we're on the platforms because we know we need to be there. We're making a lot of noise. We're actually creating content for ourselves, not for our audience, and we're a busy fool. So again, it's about literally getting our headspace right. In many ways, I believe that social media is far more about the psychology piece than the technology piece. So we always need to think about what we're trying to do. God, you raised you scratched your nose. I thought you were going to go 2 minutes. There's another definition, another term which you've probably heard of, which fits in quite nicely there, called inbound marketing. I don't know whether you've probably heard of inbound marketing, but it's in essence, it's a way of turning strangers into people who want to and should do business with you. And that's one of the beautiful things about social media, is I can reach people that I otherwise couldn't reach. And I can be very targeted. I can target people based on their hobbies and their interests and where they're physically located. And I get to people that I didn't even know were existed. existed. And rather than jump in like a bull in a china shop and start selling to people, what I can do is I can start to build a relationship with them. So I can create valuable content, I can showcase my personality as a product or a brand and start to build a personality. So that's what we want to do. We want people to actually come into our shop, call us on the phone, heck, even send us a tweet because they want to do business with us because of the personality and the value that we've created online. We touched on this a little bit earlier on, so it kind of makes sense. Quite frankly, it's very boring. Very, very boring if a brand is just, is that 2 minutes or it's half time up? So it's 2 minutes. Okay, but say, imagine we're 3, you know, 3 mobile?
Yeah.
3 mobile, say 3 mobiles on Facebook, right? Cool. Imagine if 3 mobile, what they did on Facebook was literally put up photos of the iPhone 6. Roaming charges. Very cool. Quite frankly, and that's what they do. And for some of us, our businesses may not be that sexy. They may not be. So what we've got to start to think about when it comes to social media is what common interest or shared passion do I have with my audience? And what shared passion can I use to tie in my brand message and to build a relationship with my target audience? So the likes of 3 Mobile, an obvious one is they sponsor the Irish football and rugby team. Let's not actually, don't mention the Irish rugby team. Let's talk about the football team, right? So they sponsor the football team. So what they can do is they can use Facebook as a great place to talk about phones occasionally, but mostly talk about football. The things that people are interested in. Football with brilliant images with the 3 logo on, and literally start having the conversations that people genuinely want. So just like the Kenco campaign, again, one didn't need to talk about Kenco to actually create really valuable, useful content that still helped enhance the Kenco brand. So thinking about what your shared passion is. The beautiful thing is 3 Mobile talk about football with the 3 logo. Someone jumps into that conversation. What happens? So what happens on Facebook if I like, or I comment, or I share on something? What happens?
It's another impression created, is it?
It is, and it has this wonderful ripple effect, which is the power of social media. If I can start conversations and I like and comment and share, suddenly my community of friends see that conversation and hopefully hop in. And that's where our reach explodes. And let's be honest, golfers know other golfers. Football enthusiasts know other football enthusiasts, and so on. So if we can have the right conversations, we're going to reach more and more people. One last slide, okay? There's about 17, but we're just going to go for one last slide, okay? And I like this idea of the nobodies are the new somebodies. And the reality is 90% of people, hold on, this is what's been weighing out here, guys. So you see the pressure that I'm under, right? This is what I get. This is what I get. Just so you can appreciate where I'm coming from, okay?
So now Facebook is there.
Yeah, there you go. No, but 90% of people would rather trust a brand or a product that comes recommended from someone they know than an ad. It's quite common sense to a certain extent. Yeah. But the reality is, gone are the days when you have to hire Britney Spears to hold your Diet Pepsi to sell your product. There are just ordinary people right now in your space that are brilliant knitters, fashion enthusiasts, that just are regular people that have massive online influence. So what brands are starting to do is starting to look around and to see who are the local celebrities in our space that if they talk about our product and service online, we'll sell more people, we'll generate more credibility. So even in your local area, I'll be starting to say, well, is there a YouTube celebrity from Roscommon that we could team up and do something with? So it's this idea of the nobodies, who they may have been in the past, are the new somebodies. So that crazy lady in Roscommon town that's got 76 cats that everyone thinks is a bit mad, bear in mind, she may be very, very influential on Twitter. Simple as that. So always think of who are the people that are influential online that I can collaborate with. So guys, for want of going on for another 25 days and ripping this up, that's it. I am around this evening and so on, so if you need to talk to me, by all means, come up to me on a one-to-one basis. Otherwise, fire really awkward questions to the panel.